Apache Tomcat is the most popular web server for Java-based web applications. It works on a regular HTTP request response model where a request is made for any dynamic web resource like JSP and servlets. It takes the request and generate HTML on the fly and send back is a specialized Java class used in a web application which can run on server and handles HTTP request like get, post, put, delete, etc. If the requested resource is a JSP, then the JSP is first translated and compiled into a servlet before being executed by the container. And of course, the end result of execution is a final HTML file, which is sent back to the browser. We will see how this is done in a short while. For end-to-end request response handling, lifecycle management and maintenance, Tomcat has various components. Before installing Tomcat, let us have a brief about those components and we will talk over them in detail in their relevant places during the rest of the course. The whole functionality of Tomcat are taken care by four major components. They are Catalina, then we have Jasper, Coyote, and the final one is Cluster. Among all the four components, let's discuss about Catalina first. Well, Catalina is basically a core component that handles this life cycle of a servlet. A servlet lifecycle involves loading, initializing, serving, and destroying the servlet as per Java specification of JSP and servlets. It is basically this component manages the whole life cycle of the bean, and hence it is the core component of Tomcat. We all know that servlet has some life cycle written inside it, and it is the duty of Catalina to invoke those methods as per the specifications. Okay. Then comes the Jasper. Jasper is another component which is basically a JSP parser. It reads through the JSP file and generates servlet on the fly, which thereafter taken care by Catalina for the lifecycle execution. Okay, so if at runtime any JSP is modified, then this component is also responsible for detecting the change and then compile them into servlet before serving the response. Then another important component which is Coyote. It is basically a connector component which helps the server in connection activities like listening to the request and its associated task. It also helps while integrating Tomcat server with other web servers. So if you want another web server in conjunction with Tomcat, then this component comes into picture. Okay, it also plays an important role while running the application on SSL. Then comes the fourth component, which is Cluster, and as the name specify, it has a role to play while doing distributed task in a clustered environment. It has been added to take care of large applications. So it is basically used for load balancing, which can be used through many techniques. Okay, so we'll discuss about them in further in their relevant section. With this basic overview, let's move to install and get our instance up and running in the next video.